I am Dr. Frank A. Thomas, and I have just finished an amazing interview with Dr. Martha Simmons. We covered a lot of territory, a lot of ground. We've done a lot of great work together, from the election advocate praising God to the African American pulpit to the preaching with sacred fire, and then the African American lectionary. Watch this trailer, and at the end, there's a link that you can watch the entire video. It will be a blessing to you. We had a great time, and so check it out and let your friends know so they can check us out. So I know that you've had a relationship with many of the homiletical giants of an entire generation. Buttrick, Craddock, Mitchell. So tell me about all of that. How did you connect and come into relationship?
Well, all of it started by going to Emory. When I went to Emory, I went to Emory because Fred Craddock was there, and they had a joint degree program in seminary. You could go to seminary and go to law school. So that was what I wanted to do. So I went to Emory, and Fred Craddock was there. And at the time, he was at the top of the game. He was the top homiletician for white folk. And Henry Mitchell was the top homiletician for black people, and he was at ITC. So I cross-registered because my goal was to make sure I took 2 preaching classes every semester that I was there, from somewhere, somehow, et cetera, if that was possible. Because I had figured out what my real interest was. It was some in Bible, so I did some extra New Testament courses. Everything else was preaching. And the New Testament and Old Testament courses I took was only to understand preaching better, to understand the Bible better, right? But anyway, those 2 pretty much started most of it. I actually met Gardner Taylor when I was still in Berkeley at Pacific Seminary. He came to the campus, and I wasn't in that particular class that he spoke to, but I was like, I don't care. I'm sitting in the class. So anyway, I did that, and afterwards stopped and spoke to him, and then he preached that evening, and I was the only female, of course, black female that was there, and so he took the time to talk to me, what I wanted to do, what I was doing, all those kind of things, and of course, he knew the church that I attended and he knew the person who built it, which was Freddie Haynes' grandfather, right? So, et cetera. So he said, anytime, anything I can do to help you, blah, 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 blah. Well, I took that seriously. you know how people tell you, oh, call me. Anything I can do to help. Well, I was like, don't tell me that, and you got to tell her, please. So, so I get to seminary and et cetera, and I call God to tell her. It's like, yeah, tell me, et cetera. And so our relationship started from then and continued, until his very last days. So that was just a phenomenal relationship. My relationship with Caesar Clark began when he came to calm people down. So that one spanned all, over 30 years. Okay. Met Donald Parsons in Chicago as a teenager. I think he was preaching at a preaching bowl. Could be wrong about that, but I think it was a preaching bowl, and et cetera. And fell in love with how long he could hold a hoop. That just, was like, who does that? And what is he doing specifically? So, met him. Then, because I've been known to just get up and do stuff, because didn't nobody say you couldn't do it. So I'm in Craddock's class, second year seminary, and I see this sign that says that you could go to the Academy of Homiletics gatherings Here's the cost, here's the place, etc. I saw the sign. I said, okay, I can go. So I went, right? And they had no idea I was just a seminary student. They thought I was teaching somewhere. They didn't ask me, I didn't tell them. I didn't think it was a big deal.